JP, you decided to go back to school while raising your children. What motivated you to pursue graduate school at that stage of life?
I wanted to be a superintendent,
That's me.
and I wanted to be a Dr. Phelps.
Yep.
And so right now I'm neither of those. But when I married in '73, I went to school right after that. I would spend my summers at the University of Maryland studying on campus down there, like 6-week courses. Spend the summer with my aunt in Laurel, and then I would go home, on the weekends. I had no children. My husband at the time was a Maryland State Police, Maryland's finest.
Wow.
So he was on swing shift. So he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing. So I was pursuing it earlier. But then Bambino #1 came, Hillary. She came into our life, and I decided going to Maryland. I did it as long as I could touring, but I got to the point where I needed to be home with my daughter. So I stopped going to college at the University of Maryland, and I did all my certification work, making sure I kept up with all my things I needed. And then when the divorce came, and I told you how bad I felt, like a pit in my stomach saying, what a failure, like a loser, an L on my forehead. I decided, I'm going back to school. I need to prove to myself that I am worthy of this. I'm going to prove to myself that my 3 children and me had formed a team, a family, a community to work together, to support each other. And I went back and graduated from Loyola.
Oh, I love that. So my grandmother would say, there's nothing new under the sun. And what I've experienced is some of the best advice comes from our seniors. And I don't mean 26 to 25. I just mean someone who's walked the journey. So what support systems do you think were the most influential or the most valuable for you while you were balancing parenting, studying, and working?
I'll say #1, my family. Even though my mom was still in Western Maryland, but eventually she moved down to Baltimore County. So mom, #1. Moms are very important in our lives. She was my sounding block. She listened to me. She didn't tell me what to do. She gave me advice, or what we call golden nuggets of information. And she was always there. Second, if you remember, or maybe you don't know, we started in Harford County, living. That's where I first started teaching. And then my kids decided to swim. So they were swimming in Baltimore County. So I was working in Harford County, transferring them to Baltimore County 5 days a week, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, it was crazy. So then we decided we would move to Baltimore County. And I would still work in Harford County. So I was just doing the reversal of roles. So that was crazy too. Then eventually we moved to Baltimore County.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be a lot better. But being able to navigate through 3 practices a night, all at different times, all at different pools. And Michael was 8 then. Homework, dinner, sleepovers, meets. I had a lot of great friends.
Yeah.
When you have a community of friends, whether it's sport or music or whatever your children are involved in, get to know those people. Become that family with them, because they are going to be able to support you. So we were bunking out on people's floors, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But family, friends, and my faith.
Oh, I love that. 3 F's. We need to put that on a t-shirt. Those are F's I can trust. And I hear someone saying, oh, but I just don't like my mom. Or my mom's not here. I had to learn the hard way from failing. That's an F I don't like. That sometimes you just have to pray. Just pray for what you need. And if you are one of those people like me who, there was a large period of time I couldn't call on my mom. She just didn't have the capacity to help. But through my faith, I received surrogate mothers. And so if you know you're sitting in this room tonight and you know you really need some help, connect to someone in this room. Connect to Miss Debbie, connect to Chastity, myself, or any other woman. Look around. She might just give you a wink. surrogate mothers stand in the gap when our real mothers don't have the capacity or aren't physically here to do so. And so I heard that in the spirit, and I just wanted to throw that out because there is someone assigned to you to help. You agree with that?
Absolutely. And when I was a principal, I opened Windsor Middle in 2005, and I had surrogate grandmothers there.
Yeah.
My children at Windsor Mill, their parents just flocked to the school, and I leaned on them. I asked them questions.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn about their children. To my kids at Windsor Mill, I was their principal, but on TV I was Michael's mother. So everything Michael was doing, they lived through.
Yeah.
His good things and his bad things. Toy, I remember coming into school one day, and I'm not telling you anything that you don't know or you can look up. Michael was arrested for a DUI. And a lot of kids are arrested for DUIs.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't make the news.
But when you're Michael Phelps' mother, it's on the bottom of the ticker on TV. It's running 24/7. So I remember being out on the bus loop with my kids coming in, reading them, going into the cafeteria with breakfast with them, and my young men. Hey, Miss Phelps, what happened last night? I said, I went home, I had dinner. No, Michael, he was arrested. You are right. He was arrested. Let's come in my conversation, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So it was an open invitation for them to come in, sit at the conference room table, and ask questions. Was he wrong? Yes. Did he admit it? Yes. Did you do something about it? Yes. But they were learning experiences.
That's right.
So all the medals are one thing,
Yeah.
but failure you also
And you have to learn from it.
You do learn.
And you also don't know who's watching. I shared with Miss Debbie that she was my sister's teacher. And so my sister today is a mom of a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, and she is scheduled to graduate from Morgan State on December 19th.
Nice.
And so I want to say thank you for being a mom when you didn't even realize you were being a mom. So let's give her a hand clap for that. And so you have supported your 3 children, again, while building a meaningful career and a purpose on your own. And similarly, many moms at JP are pursuing their degrees while actively supporting their children's academic and extracurricular dreams. I see you, Mama. I see you guys. What guidance would you share with women who are striving to lift their children's goals while still honoring and balancing their own?
Well, number one, I say depend on the schools in which your children go.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I mean, I feel that children, especially in elementary school, will most likely have their parents or their grandmothers, grandfathers with them. When they hit middle and high school, they tend to disappear. I think it's important to be able to stay beside your children through all levels of education, and to be able to take the services that the school has to offer. Go talk to your principal. Go talk to your assistant principal. Go talk to your school counselors.
That's good.
There's too many mental health issues right now. We're increasing social workers in our school, psychologists in our school, a lot of wraparound services for our kids. Do not be afraid or embarrassed to say, I need help.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they will help you. A lot of our schools are community schools now and have some amazing services to be able to give families.
Mm-hmm.
So your school is your first stop with your church in there too as well.
So we have this saying, I really am a millennial. We say it again for the people in the back. So say it again for the people in the back. So we can just reiterate, because that's such a very important point you just made. Don't forget to connect and hold who accountable, stay connected to who, lean and trust on who. What was it?
Talk to your teachers.
That's right.
If your child is having an issue that morning, they want to know what's happening before they walk into that school door, if that's at all possible. Send them an email. I used to always do breakfast duty because I knew Tori needed extra milk.
That's right.
And you mentioned Mr. Chen need extra cereal.
That's right.
So you gotta know, get a pulse of what's happening in that schoolhouse
That's
and
right.
how that schoolhouse can help you. But you can't be silenced, Tori.
You cannot. And a closed mouth does not get fed. That's